Well, hey, welcome back to this third installment of me basically showing you, especially if you're brand new, how to start from nothing, start from scratch, and build a virtual, no money down real estate investing business doing lease options, or also known as rent to own. And if you haven't seen the last couple of videos, definitely go back and watch those because this video builds upon that. What you're looking at on your screen is a amazing real estate software that allows me to generate a lot of leads really, really fast, sort through those leads to find the folks that are the most interested in working with me based on the types of offers that I like to offer. And it allows me to do it by pushing a few buttons, working probably in my business, boy, no more than 15 minutes a day, a couple of days out of the week, and still get a couple of properties under contract a week, doing it very, very spare time. You know, imagine if I was doing it full time. So a lot of times people hear that and they go, yeah, it sounds great in your webinar, but I want to see proof, right? Like I want to actually see that it is actually possible. So what I wanted to do is do a series of videos that would actually show you that it is in fact possible to generate these types of leads and get deals under contract without banks. So if you've got terrible credit, if you have no money to invest, if you couldn't get a bank loan to save your life, it doesn't matter. You can still do this business 100%. And I, in the last 10 years, have not gotten one single loan, not one. And that is because I have tried to shy away from that kind of wholesale real estate investing so that I could do as many deals as I want, and I could do it without all the red tape and all the hassles that you would normally have to go through. So in the last couple of videos, what I did was I started a brand new account using this software. The prior account that I had over 30,000 leads. And I think when people see that, they usually think, hey, okay, that's great for you, but I'm brand new. So I started a brand new account to prove the point. And as you can see here, these are the different campaigns on the screen. These are different campaigns that I've gotten. So I did some campaigns in Oklahoma, Georgia, Florida, and Arizona, and then Alabama. So that's what, 5 campaigns. This one here is inactive. I have not used it. So 5 campaigns. And this top campaign sent out 108 texts, or scraped, 108 ads on Zillow. 102 of those ads actually got a text because the other ones were duplicates. 50 of them responded to me, which is a 49.02% response rate, which is insane. If you know anything about marketing, to get almost a 50% response rate is crazy. And as you can see here, I've got an average of just under 40% to 50% response rate. Same thing below that, 157 ads were scraped, 137 texts were sent out, 54 people responded, 39.42%. and so forth. So 37%, 48%, 51%. That's amazing to get that many people to respond. Now you might be thinking, well, that's great, Russ. They responded, but how many of them were actually deals? Like how many actually turned into prospective business for you? Well, far less than 50%, okay? But when you think about what it's taking me, energy-wise, money-wise, effort-wise, mental-wise, it's almost nothing. And so if you can generate this kind of leads this quick, then it's huge. And so as you can see here below, what I've done is let me reset this here to give you kind of an idea of a total amount. So there's 215, if you can see right here, 215 entries, which means there was 215 responses out of those 5 campaigns, right? And out of those campaigns, I do what the old saying is that professionals sort, amateurs convince. Professionals sort, amateurs convince. So as a professional, what I do is I sort from the 215 responses, the ones that all of the people that said that they were open. And from there, then I've got my follow-ups, because another saying that we say is the fortune is in the follow-up. So if you have no follow-up, guess what you don't have also? You don't have a fortune. So I'm big on following these simple philosophies, because it's the philosophy that dictates my thought life dictates my actions dictate my results, and my results dictate my lifestyle. So if you don't have the lifestyle that you want, you might want to start back at redeveloping your philosophy, not philosophy, but your philosophy. So as you can see down below, I've got 10 out of those 215. What is that, 5%? So 5%, a little bit over 5%, or actually about a little less than 5%, were open. But who cares? It took me to do all those five campaigns, maybe a half hour of work. Call it 45 minutes. Call it worst case scenario an hour of work. One of those yeses that I've gotten already is already under contract. It's a $471,000 house. I've already got it up and running. Let's see here if I can show you that. So, we're talking, all that I'm going to show you today is taking me probably worst case scenario, an hour to do. An hour out of my own personal time, because I'm big on getting my time freedom, besides not just my financial freedom, but my time freedom. So this is one right here that is listed at 471. I'm actually not going to get into the specifics. I want to kind of give some privacy to these folks. But $471,000 for a property that I have not personally seen. And I never even spoke to this seller. So it was all pure text. Really great guy, real cool. Everybody that I work with seems to be real cool. It's amazing how you kind of can find some really cool people doing this business. And so that was the first deal under contract out of these leads. Then today, I did my follow-up, just like I preach. So when I sorted all the people that were open and put them in the yes, maybe bucket, which you can see here through my tags, right? Then I got some folks that I spoke to, and I sent out some follow-up texts, and somebody just responded to me here. It says, yes, maybe next week, or maybe next week. So I will follow up with him next week. This gentleman called me back, and we spoke today. He's got over 200 properties, and he's willing to start with 2 properties with me right now. So just by I sent out 10, actually I had 13 follow-ups that I did, and all I did was just copy and paste the text, send to each one of them the same exact verbiage, and then within a few minutes he called me. I spoke to him for about 10 minutes on the phone, and he's got 2 properties for me out of 200. Would you agree that it makes sense for me to build a good, honorable, ethical relationship with this gentleman? He sounds like a really cool guy. His name is Brian. And just a super cool dude. And he's got a lot of property that he can work with me on, and I can work with him on, and I can serve his family's needs at the same time, earn a good income, and then take that income and then invest it in other investments that are more passive, whereas this is more earned income. So I say all this to say that that's going to be 2 contracts just in about 10, 15 minutes of work today. And that's why I want to record this 3rd video installment. My goal is to get 4 deals under contract. Out of those 4 deals, I know that I'll get at least 1. That's on average, okay? It might be a few more houses. It might be a few less houses. But on average, if I get 4 deals under contract, I'll get 1 deal, which 1 deal is worth $3,000 to $25,000 for me. And so getting a couple of deals a week really for me is very simple now, with putting in no more than about an hour of work in those 2 entire weeks. I might put in 2 to 4 hours total on a given deal that actually starts to pan out and starts to yield results. And yeah, I mean, years ago when I was working 14 to 16 hours a day, 7 days a week as a realtor, I was selling 3 to 5 houses a month, but I was working 14 to 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. I would get in the office at 7 a.m. I would fax offers before the deadline at midnight. So I'd be there at 7 a.m. and all the way till midnight. Today, I work a couple of hours in this particular business. My wife and I own a couple of businesses, but we work a couple of hours just in this one, and that's it. And it yields anywhere from $3,000 to $25,000 per deal. So For folks that are brand new, I hope this is encouraging for you. This is a brand new account. As I mentioned, there's only 5 campaigns right now that I have run. So it's really brand new. I put in a total of an hour of work. Granted, I understand this process better. So if you're thinking, well, that's great for you, Russ, you've been doing this for a while, that's true. Because of that issue that you might be concerned about if you're brand new, I provide a full course that I offer. So there's 3 things that I offer in general. Number one, at my YouTube channel, I've got tons of free content, several hundred videos that you can consume. You don't have to pay me anything for that. You can just consume it, you can learn. If you start to see like, hey, this is something I want to take to the next level, then the next level is getting my paid course, which is going to be more in depth. It's going to help you really kind of be able to defend yourself, if you will, in this business world. And then the third piece that I offer is one-on-one, one-to-one coaching, mentoring, where you actually work with me and I'm actually talking to your sellers and buyers for you. So instead of you having to, one of the things I found years from teaching this for the last 6 years now, since 2014, almost 6 years, one of the things I've learned is that that's where kind of brand new folks choke, is talking to sellers. What do I say? How do I say, et cetera? You learn all that in the course. So I do provide that in my course. But if you want to actually hear it live and that kind of stuff, I actually do that for you while you listen in. So you can actually, I'm teaching you how to fish, right? I'm teaching you what I say, how I talk, the confidence that I've got, the confidence that you're going to start getting as you hear that. You go, oh, it's not so mysterious and so difficult. No one talks, no one beats them up, that kind of stuff. And it's because of how I position myself, starting from the text blast to the phone call, to contracts, to selling the deals, getting money in my pocket. All those pieces I help my mentor students all the way. So those are 3 different areas that I can help you. The first one is absolutely free. Go to my YouTube channel, consume all kinds of information. If you like how I work, I want to encourage you to invest. Your first investment should be in your education, your financial education. Invest in my course. It's not that much. I've made it really affordable. And you can even send me messages like Facebook Messenger or email if you have questions. I don't do the phone or that kind of stuff where I'm talking to yourselves, whatever, at that level. But on the highest level, I do all of that. And that's where we're going to work one-to-one. It's a little bit more of an investment. But if you think about this, it's a 3-month investment where you're getting trained by me. We're getting deals under contract. We're selling those deals. You're getting paid. I've got some of my students who have done 5 to 6 deals now a month. Some do 0, and that's because some do 0 of the work. And then we've got everything in between. So, depending on if you're willing to invest both time, money, and effort into your business, and this is a real business which requires all of those 3 things, then I want to invite you to do that. So hopefully you're enjoying these trainings, these demos where I can actually, instead of just talking in theory, I can actually just show you what's going on with these deals. And I'm excited to just, practice what I preach, right? Do the follow-up. Fortune's in the follow-up. So if there's no fortune, it's because you have no follow-up. And, 2 gentlemen's got 200 properties, giving me 2 of them today to start. And of course that will grow as we go. And I'm just just doing the same stuff that I've always done, that is pretty simple. So hopefully this is exciting for you and you can see kind of the future for even your own self. Thanks so much.